How fun are incursions? Hey guys, what's up? It's Katie and I'm back with another Marvel Contest of Champions video. And today I thought I would go over my initial thoughts of incursions, and I gotta say right out the gate, they are a ton of fun. You can basically customize your champs by getting these quote-unquote hacks. Now, in order to get these fun hacks, what you do is you come in with 3 champions. Now, unlike the original dungeons, which we're also accustomed to, where you had 2 sides to choose from, you were either fighting against, like, you know, they paired them up with like skill and mystic, or, you know, mystic and tech or something like that. So in incursions, there are no sides, so you don't necessarily have to bring in champs to counter that. You want to bring in a pretty diverse roster. So you want to bring in 3 champs that could essentially fill any aspect of the game that you're going to run across, because you will find some interesting nodes in here. There are some map 7 nodes, there are some act 6 nodes, there are even some new nodes that we have not seen before. So you're going to want to kind of keep that in mind when building your roster, because you never know who you're going to come across. Especially you could come across a void and running suicides, and that's not good. So you want to bring in kind of a diverse roster so you know what you're getting into. But these hacks allow you to customize your champs and you can build them better. Like, I was putting on shock damage with Corvus, and I was incinerating with Nick Fury, and it's just a lot of fun. You can increase your crit rate. I did 100k special 2 with a rank 5 Corvus because I built my crit rating. I had Furies, I had extra armor break, I had prowess. I mean, the list went on and on. So you can end up doing a ton of damage, and you can customize your champs to just be amazing. So it's really a lot of fun because you can make your champs super OP. Now, the really cool thing about this too is, you know how in the old dungeons where if, you know, you are running low on health, your partner would be like, hey, you go ahead, take the boss and heal up. Well, you don't have that in here. Instead, you have a tend wounds and team heal. Now, the tend wounds is any champ that you have KO'd will come back with a percentage of health. So that's kind of nice. You don't have to use revives on those champs if you can make it that far. And then you also have heal wounds. So it will heal your champs up to, I believe, 40%, which is always nice. So it's good in that aspect too. So you don't have to necessarily, you know, use pots. And then there are things in here, there are hacks rather, that will allow you to gain random buffs. I think one time I gained a regen, and also if you have willpower is always a good thing to run in here, because you will come across nodes like special lock 1, special lock 2, weakness, that sort of thing. So it's always nice if you have willpower on, when you get those debuffs put on you, that you'll heal back up. Now, I do want to mention a couple things about this, and that, you know, when, you know, if you were going to do a random partner with dungeons, how sometimes that, well, let's face it, 9 times out of 10, that didn't work in your favor. It's going to be even worse here, because these take a lot of time, right? You got to make sure you know what the nodes are, and then you also want to pick the right hack that you can take from zone to zone. Now, they are limited on the number of zones that you can use them on. So once they expire and you really liked that hack, you can go ahead, if it's in your choices for the next zone, you can totally pick that hack again, and those hacks stack. But back to what I was saying about the random partners. When I did this with 2 people. I did it with Roasted Bagel. At the time of this video, I did it with 2 people, with Roasted Bagel and Dan from Frontline MCOC, 2 fellow content creator members. So we were talking through Discord and we were coordinating, and it was good because if there was something that they didn't want to tackle and I knew I could tackle, I would say, hey, don't worry, I'll take this, I'll take the right side instead of taking the left side, or, you know, whatever, and I'll deal with that Black Widow Clairvoyant, or I'll deal with that what's her name? Elsa. Like, it's one of those things where it's really good to have someone that you kind of know their strengths and their weaknesses, because that'll help you push farther and farther through. And that brings me to my next point. With dungeons, the milestones that you wanted to get to, you wanted to clear what, 5 rooms? In order to get all of the milestones with Sector 7, which is where you're going to get the best rewards from, you're going to need to clear 8 zones or 8 rooms. So you want to keep that in mind. And speaking of the milestones, so what do you get? Well, for clearing the milestones, you get 3,300 incursion artifacts, which were the same as the dungeon artifacts. Those just carried over. And you also get 120,000 gold, which is great for those players who don't want to do arena or those who have a gold shortage. Now, if you go up through room 8, if you complete room 8, you get 4,750 artifacts on top of the 3,300 that you get. And you also get 2,600 5-star shards. So now these clear every 5 days. So that's kind of nice, right? So you essentially have 1 a week. So you can do this 4 times per month. So 4 times per month, that almost gives you a full 5-star crystal, which is awesome. But if you make it through 25 zones, you get 11,100 5-star shards. So essentially, you get a full 5-star crystal and some to spare, or if you have the sigil, you get that featured 5-star crystal. So it is kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie, as the zones go up in number, they also go up in difficulty, where you're fighting health pools that are around, you know, similar to Act 6.4, and I can only imagine what room or zone 25 would be like. I'm sure that would be like potentially Abyss. I don't want to say it, but that's where I'm going. I know at the time of this video, Legacy and BG hold the record at completing 13 rooms. The most we completed was 8, and we failed in room 9, which brings me to my next point that I think is great. In dungeons, remember, if you could not complete a room, you lost those points. In this game mode, that does not happen. Whatever points you earn, you keep. So there's no reason why you shouldn't push until you can't go anymore. Do like we did and go out in a blaze of glory. So I do like that aspect. A couple of the negatives that I said is it's going to be really hard to play with randoms. You're going to need really good communication. And so you're going to want to set up maybe like a Discord chat or something like that in order to do it. While the in-game chat is there, it's not the greatest for this. Now, also, this is very time consuming. I know I could clear 5 rooms of dungeons in like 20 minutes, no problem. This one, I feel like is going to take probably close to an hour. I know when I did the live stream, because we were talking and kind of going over everything, it took over 2 hours to do. The one room we got through, it took us about 1 hour and 45 minutes to do. So it is kind of time consuming, so you want to keep that in mind. But overall, I think the rewards for this are great. They are a lot of fun. I love the fact that you can customize your champs and make them super OP, because who doesn't like an OP Corvus? I know I do. But anyways, guys, that's all that I got. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of the initial Incursions run? Will you be playing them? Do they look better than Dungeons to you? Or are you just kind of like, I wasn't a fan of Dungeons, I might not be a fan of this. Let me know in the comments below and let's discuss. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you guys liked what you saw and you want to see more, please remember to like and subscribe, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and hit me up in the Discord chat. Thanks, guys. Bye.